Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Nintendo Rewind Podcast. My name is Cody Christian, and it took me 6.5 hours to beat off the game. Joined by Chris Becker. I guess it also... I really need to think of a better way to phrase that. I completed off the game. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. How are we doing? Boy, you are going through an identity crisis over there, Christopher. How is it going? The game. I beat off the game. The game titled Off. I completed it. I finished it. Chris, please save me from myself. Just say something, anything. Chris.
I don't know if there's any saving you.
Chris, please.
Chris, please. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening right now. Yeah. So
there we go.
You do?
I beat the game titled Off. It took me 6.5 hours, and I did it.
Okay, good. So I told you it took you 6 and a half hours to get to the end credits of the game off. That's what you should have said.
It took me 6.5 hours to get to the end credits of the game off.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
It sounds like a type of dysfunction. Where's Nettis when you need him to save you from this? He wouldn't save me. He'd be egging it on. Oh man, no, Chris. How is I completed it. Stop this. Thank you, Susie. Let me just no stop. Let me just say. Live chat, you guys are going nuts. We have quite the show to get through today. We have a Kirby Air Riders recap from the Nintendo Direct they did earlier today. We were live for it. We're not going to cover everything. If you want to watch us react to that live, we have a video over on our YouTube channel where we streamed it this morning. But we are going to give our general thoughts and just kind of how we're feeling about it in its entirety. We also have a Gamescom Games Announcements recap. So every game that's coming to Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2 coming out on our consoles that was announced at Gamescom. And then we're going to be doing a quick review of Off the Game. And we're going to be talking about how I felt about it and whether or not you should end up picking it up. But before we do any of that, Chris, how has your week been, dude? How are you doing?
It's going all right. Listen, I don't know if I can talk right now.
What? Why?
Okay, I can talk. Okay, I'm good. I had to close my eyes. I thought I was going to sneeze. I didn't sneeze. Yeah, I'm good. All right. I didn't know. I thought I was. Nobody knows what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So how am I this week? Oh, great, fabulous, never better. I was thinking, how long would it take someone to walk from one side of the country to the other on their arms? Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, it would depend on your stride and what speed you're going. I don't know if I've just never really thought about it. Those.
And then I thought, could you have like training wheels, like holding up the rest of your body, like. So
it's just like Arms No Legs, the video game.
Yeah, but you'd be upside down.
Oh, you have to actually. Okay, so you're wanting to you're wanting a wagon run, this kind of thing, like someone holds your feet up and you're like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah. How long do you think it would take?
Again,
how long does it take to walk across?
I have no clue. Like walking, an average person walks a mile within 15 minutes. Like that's that. If you're at just a regular walking pace. So let's extrapolate that out into maths real quick. How long to walk across America?
Yeah.
5 to 7 months to complete a coast-to-coast walk is what they say on the Googs. But if you walked at a constant pace without sleeping, it would take 37 days. What if you have short legs? I think that's a fair question.
Let's ask Sierra. How would you do it? It would take you a little longer.
Listen, why are you just flaming my sister for her short legs? Let's ask your sister. She has short legs.
Short arms, I guess. Really.
What if you do have short arms?
Well, yeah, then it would take you.
Why are we on this? What does this have to do with it? Why are you thinking about this? Is this your shower thought of the day?
I think there's a lot of different thoughts. I'll tell you what, this popped into my head as you asked me how I was doing. Yeah.
Double it for short legs, says Mel. We can double it for short legs. Okay. She can confirm. Right.
She can. Yeah.
Mel needs a name and a leg extension surgery. That's what I'm hearing.
And she needs help to get stuff off the top shelf. Mel needs help getting stuff off the top shelf. Should be her name instead of Mel needs a name.
Why are you mean to Mel? Mel, listen, I've got an opening for a new co-host on the show. I'm hearing you're probably not going to be doing another show with Chris. So let's just bring you on. Just bring you on.
I don't know why I'm just ragging on those two for being short, but
Chad's just saying leg over and over again.
you know what leg? You know what I was thinking about was like I never even knew or thought that it would be a thing. I never knew or thought that it would be a thing where it was like it's like people in photographs, like there are people that in their photographs will just stand on their tippy toes, like if their feet aren't in the photo.
This is like a Tom Cruise kind of situation. I mean, I don't stand on my tippy toes if my feet aren't in a photo. I don't really feel like I need to. I admit to being an average-sized king.
Wait, hold on. Is Sierra taller than you?
No, she's not. She's not anywhere near as tall as I am. I'm 5'10". I'm an average-sized king, not short.
Are you 5'10" with or without shoes?
Without? I don't know. With? Who knows? I don't take my shoes off to get measured usually. My wife says with.
Okay. Let's get okay. So to answer your question, I'm doing all right.
How many hot dogs have you eaten this week? The live chat wants to know.
Yeah. How many hot dogs this week?
Yeah. How many did you do this week? Because from what I heard, 0. But I don't know what you did for lunch every day. I just know what you did for dinner.
I usually don't eat lunch.
Did you have a breakfast glizzy? Is that what you were doing?
No, I usually don't eat breakfast. I usually will eat breakfast on the weekends.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm trying to think. This week I had 0 hot dogs. I feel like I gotta change that at some point.
I feel like you gotta change that too. I had 2 tonight.
Did you have 2 or 1 foot long?
I had 2 individual dogs this evening. They were the Johnsonville brats, the chili cheese style Johnsonville brats, and they were great.
Okay, yeah.
They were a standard 6-inch dog.
I do eat dinner pretty early, so that's probably why I don't eat lunch. Because sometimes if I'll be like, "Ooh, let me eat some lunch," and then I'll be like, "Well, it's already 2:00. Dinner is at between 5 and 6 is really pushing it. So between 5 and 5:30."
So every night when right before we're getting ready to do some Fortnite, and we're telling you like we're finishing up dinner at close to 9 p.m. Are you like going, how are you guys surviving? Is that what your mindset is?
No, I know that I'm the one that eats, early dinner, because I'll eat it. Let's see, so we'll eat dinner between 5 and 5:30, and now we settled into a new show. Okay. We're in the groove. Mm-hmm. We're no longer watching random episodes of the hot ones.
Right. You mentioned Sunny, but then wanting to slack off on that. Now what are we into?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So now we're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's a good choice. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a great choice. Mm-hmm. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I wish that show hadn't had to end. Thanks, Hulu. But hey, it is what it is. Courtney and I, we just finished up the King of the Hill reboot. And then we've got Alien Earth on the horizon of what we're wanting to watch next. So I'm excited for that. None of those shows are dinner time appropriate, though. We can't watch that stuff with the kids around. So, that being said, that is what we're going to do eventually once we finish up Smosh Summer Games, because Courtney really wants to watch it. And I wanted to watch it with her, too, and she held off to watch it with me. But we watched an episode last night. We got about, 5-10 minutes away from the end of the episode, and she goes, I can't stay awake any longer. I'm going to go to sleep. I was like, okay. So I finished it by myself. She was like, it's fine. You can finish it. I'll just watch watch it tomorrow. I was like, okay. But she nearly made it. So that's what we're working through of our nighttime entertainment lately. But Alien Earth, I'm really looking forward to. You and your dad should watch Alien Earth at dinner time.
No,
Nope. Nope.
I asked about Alien Earth, and no, he said no. I don't.
Is he not a sci-fi guy?
He does. No, it's not necessarily sci-fi. He doesn't mind sci-fi. He doesn't like aliens. This is what
David. Why?
Me. He said they're a little too scary. Okay, so listen.
You're poor dad.
If he doesn't want to watch them, we don't watch.
I'll
watch it on my own.
How could we know? How could we know he had a fear of aliens? He didn't say that, is what my sister said. What did he say?
Yes, he did. That's what he said.
What did he say?
That's what I just told you.
No. Don't lie on David.
I'm not lying on David.
I'll
get a recording of him and then bring it next week.
Yes, we need to know why he doesn't want to watch Alien Earth.
I'll say,
don't just like surprise. Like, we can't do that. It's illegal in some states to record without consent. So I don't know what it's like in your state. There are a lot of Nintendads, by the way, Brooke, in the live chat. If you guys are watching over on Twitch, we have redeems where you can change Chris's whole appearance now. Not just his clothes anymore. He actually can change animation styles, and that's why he's flipping out the last few episodes that we have up on the show. But no, I understand. It's a fair assessment to say it's a little too scary, but at the same time, I was surprised to hear this like 70-year-old man say aliens are too scary. You know, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I get it. I don't know if he's 70. I would have. That's just a guesstimation based on how old I know you are.
71.
I was dang close. Look at me go. All right.
I also mentioned it last week or the week before.
On the show?
Yeah.
Maybe it just like registered
it
like
just goes to show
deep in my mind.
You don't pay attention.
I pay attention. I do.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Look,
listen,
I don't have a Chris Becker lore book. I'm sorry. Jesus. You know what? Thank me later. And you know who we're going to thank now? We're going to thank those wonderful, glorious supporters, producers, members over on NintendoRewind.com. If you would like to directly support our content, every dollar spent on memberships and merch helps us continue to produce this show. There's even a tier that only costs $1 a month. And with it, you get a shout out right here on this show. That said, I want to thank our members, Calamity Nolan, Sierra Christian, Key Addict, Shiny Bird, and Mnemonic Man for all of their gracious support. Of note, we also have launched a brand new members-only podcast that's going to be happening once monthly. It's pure unfiltered chaos. It's everything you love about the past 10 minutes of stream. Distilled into an hour of just that. It's Chris's crazy tangents while I sit and nod and say, yeah, and then try to figure out what the line is.
With Meteor Man.
Yeah.
And then we're also working on getting something happening where you can get me on camera.
Yep.
I'll do an episode on camera.
We'll have a full.
We'll see what happens.
We'll have a full announcement of that pretty soon. Pretty dang soon. So, but show is available to our $5 tier and up members only. So if you want to see it, any future episodes, please do. But the first episode's free. You guys can do it. First episode is free. People are asking which version of you is your favorite Super Nintendo. Which animated version of you yourself that we currently have is your favorite?
The anime one, not the King of the Hill one. Don't like King of the Hill. Don't like the King of the Hill me.
Why?
So I'm glad that everyone keeps picking it.
You didn't tell me you didn't like that version of you. I thought, what?
And I'm just kidding. I'm trying to keep cable.
This is going nuts over here. I'm watching a man go through changes. You look like you're glitching through the anime verse. It's just who you are.
Yeah.
But we have a pretty crazy episode lined up. We're going to dive into it. First topic of the day is going to be the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct recap. So stay tuned right after this. Chris, when people say Sakurai is doing a stream, when Nintendo says Sakurai is doing a Nintendo Direct, you know what you're about to be locked in for. You are going to be locked into 45 minutes going over every minute detail of a single character on screen, i.e. the Terry Bogard Super Smash Bros. Reveal Direct that he did years ago, which was crazy. But we had a Direct this morning, Kirby Air Riders, over on Nintendo's YouTube page and their Twitch, where they went over every single detail of Kirby Air Riders. And by they, I mean solely Sakurai himself. It's honestly not often that we get like a actual like developer, game director show up on screen and talk about their game at length. Usually that's like reserved for a creator's voice. But I'm so glad that like Sakurai still like gives himself that amount of time to come and talk about this. But this morning's Direct was long, I will say, as evidenced by the fact that I think we spent 30 minutes of it with you going, we have 10 minutes left. We have 20 minutes left. We have 15 more minutes left. Like you kept counting down the minutes until it was done. And I asked you at the end, how did you feel about it? You told me how you felt about it, but you know, let's let the people know how you feel about it right now. How did you end up feeling about it, my good sir?
Kirby Air Riders. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I just address something about Uncrustables? Listen, you get one out of the freezer, you put it in your pocket. After a while, you could just take it out and eat it. I don't see what the issue is with that. That's just what people do. Okay. All right. So,
okay.
What were you asking me about Kirby Air Riders?
Yeah, how did you feel
what
about
do I think of it?
Like, now that it's been, close to 10 hours since we were live this morning, and almost 10 hours since we were live this morning with this Direct, how did you feel about it? 12 hours. 12 hours, not even 10. You've had time to cook.
Yeah. That'd be nice if we got the King of the Hill version of me with like a hot dog sticking out my pocket. I'd like it better. Okay, so I thought Air Riders was just okay. I think my problem with the game is it just I don't know. I think it's also my problem with just Kirby. Sure, it looks like crisp and good, but I just don't like. I don't know. It just looks just okay. The modes look. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I have like zero interest in playing this game. But what about you? Because we went in both pretty much on the same level where we were just kind of like wanting to see what they have to say about it and what they were going to show us. And then I feel like we came out on the other end to completely different sections where you came out and you're like, well, it's Nintendo, so I love it. And then I came out and I was like, that looked like garbage.
Hold on. I didn't say it like that. I did not say those words because Nintendo released Dragon Drive and I didn't love that.
Well, that's true. I mean, they're not all golden.
No, they can't always be. AAA platinum hit Nintendo Select video games.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I didn't really love it. Don't care about it to play it, I don't think. But it looks well enough. What about you?
I came away from this Direct feeling pretty positive about the game. I still feel pretty positive. But honestly, I think we scored it this morning about how we felt about it. Then you gave it like a D in terms of the Direct. I gave it myself personally. I gave it like a B minus, somewhere in that category. And I feel like I've maintained, or at least definitely agreed to say like, no, this is definitely a B level direct, partly because, I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, it is a single game direct, right? Like, you're not going to get all the bombastic reveals and announcements that you're going to get at a standard, here's all the games coming to our platform Nintendo Direct. But what you did get is Sakurai is so magnetic with his personality and with the way that he wants to talk and describe his games and the passion with which he goes at it. And he also, everything down to the most minute detail is important to him. And so, like, I definitely saw that in this game in terms of what they revealed, what they showed, how they talked about the game, how Sakurai talked about the game, rather, and the details that they wanted to reveal. Like, there is real passion that's put into here, and even the smallest detail. I mean, you're seeing on the screen right now, like, depending on the character, the size of the machine's going to be larger. Like, while that's not like a blow me away detail, because Sakurai, I mean, back when they had Smash Dojo, right? Like, you would get a post that said, "Oh, this new food item is coming to Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii." Like, yeah, food's been in the game since ages, and that's a detail that I didn't really care about. But like, it was something he cared enough about to talk about, and so it did make it a little more exciting. But what I would say is that while this game is probably not going to be for everybody, I am still really excited for this game because this is not just going to be another Mario Kart. This is not going to be, your standard kart racer. It is something that's more strategic. And yeah, like the baseline modes that they detailed in it with the racing is just racing in and of itself. He summed it up best where, the old game used to just be a one-button racer, right? And then says, we've added a second button, unfortunately, which I lost my crap about. I thought that was hilarious. But it's one of those things where just the racing is not the main draw for me. City Trial, that mode looks so fleshed out and so good and so focused on. And I mean, over half the direct was dedicated to Sakurai just playing a round of City Trial on the stream. I'm excited for City Trial. And honestly, if that had been the only thing they had in here, I still probably would have been excited for it. Would I have paid, what the retail price is for it? Probably not. Like, it wouldn't have been like the thing that I would have been like really going for. But I'm still excited for this game. And to know that I've got essentially a 5-month break from when Mario Kart World came out to this being out, like, that's a good enough time for me to get a break from, to come away from this still feeling pretty positive and just saying, hey, like, this is a B-level direct for me. I knew what I was getting going in. I didn't have high expectations for it, and it got me excited for the game. And that's really all I could have asked for out of when you have a dedicated one-game video game direct.
Yeah. Sakurai, it talks about how he's like closer and closer to retirement,
Yeah.
And it's like, if you have one of the best, like, if you had someone like that's like the best in the world, the fact that they're wasting their talents on a dumb Kirby racing game, it's just...
But it's what he wanted to do. I argue that this game was something he's wanted to do for a really, really long time, and that he has not been given the leeway to do because he's been too busy working on Smash Bros. For a really long time. And yeah, he said Takashi came to him and said, hey, will you make this? And he was like, are you sure you want to do this? You got Mario Kart World coming out. And they were like, yes, we want you to make this. Yes, he said that. But this has been a passion project of his. This is the last one he made was back on GameCube. And I think for him, doing this passion project is something that allows him to continue exercising those developer muscles that he wants to continue to hone. That man is not going to be done making video games till the day he dies. Like he's not built like that. And that's just the case with most Japanese people is they want to work till the day they die for some reason. But at least what we've seen of this, but his passion, yes, you're right. He is very good. He's top tier developer, but this is something he wanted to do. And this gives them a way to get him to come back in and work on, hopefully get him back in on an actual Smash game or another franchise that needs reinvigoration.
Well, maybe they saw that Smash Bros was killing him, literally making him sick, and we're like, you know what if we just let him calm down and
just let him take a break and do YouTube stuff for a while,
and he can work on Kirby Air Riders.
Yep. I mean, you're not wrong in the sense that like it feels like a waste of talent, but it's his own. At the end of the day, it's his choice to waste his talent on that. Like he didn't have to agree to do this game, and it's clear to me that it's something he wanted to do. But you
also,
know,
he said that like Bandai Namco is developing it, and he is like
overseeing the project. Yeah, more as a director more than anything. But I mean, that's been the case with. I mean, Bandai Namco worked on Smash Ultimate. Like Bandai Namco is like his go-to like work together team. Bandai Namco and Nintendo have a good relationship anyway too. Like they don't mind working on stuff for Nintendo and not getting their name put on the game usually. In the same sense of being like, well, yeah, we developed this. Like Nintendo doesn't want to put anyone's name on their games, so. But I think you are right, is that it does give him some chance to kind of take a backseat and here's my vision. Here's what I would like for you to accomplish. Here's what I want it to look like, and let some other developers really do that while he kind of doesn't have to take the extreme details directly into his own hands and shape the clay himself, although I don't know how that works with him, because I like hearing stories of how the man works is terrifying. I would not want to work for him.
Right, yeah. That's like, well, because it's like HAL Laboratory, right? They are often associated with Kirby, but HAL Labs is not owned by Nintendo.
Right.
You know, it's like, but Nintendo doesn't own a lot of the.
No, they allow a lot of autonomy.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Pixar nowadays. Like Nintendo or Disney doesn't own Pixar anymore, but Pixar doesn't. I mean, they release movies under Disney's banner all the time still yet. They do shows for Disney. They are their own side project of Apple, essentially, that animates and does their own thing, and Disney's happy to let them do it. And I think Nintendo's kind of got that relationship with HAL.
Yeah. Well, no, Disney owns Pixar.
Not anymore. They went independent.
When?
Years ago. Let me Google that exact date while you finish your main thought, though.
Because they bought them for $7.4 billion. But anyway, I know what you mean.
Apparently they do own it. They acquired it in 2006.
Yeah. But it was like before they bought them, how they just worked with Disney.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, I mean, analogy Nintendo still works, but my details were backwards and wrong. So apologies for the misquote there. Don't get at confused. Me, Disney journalists.
Yeah, I'm about to start a Disney rewind, and we are going to be livid.
Oh no!
Yeah, but the fact that he's making this. You know, this is it. This is what he's making. So he's making this, and he is just going through, doing his thing, making it. And you know what? I don't have to play it. and he hasn't shown me anything that made me want to.
I don't have to play that. We are on two totally different ends of the spectrum here. I'm like, I am excited for this game. You're like, no, I hate this.
Yeah,
so
you know what?
funny.
I think I'd like it more if it's. I would probably be more likely. I would be more likely to play another one of those like that Kirby free-to-play game that was like it was like 2D but almost like Monster Hunter like where you would beat the enemies and then, like get gear
Kirby
to
Clash
like make
was that what it was?
Kirby Clash something or another. Yeah.
Let me ask you. Okay, so quick fire responses. No explanation. I'm just gonna ask you a series of questions then, just to understand this. So Kirby Air Riders or Dragon Drive?
Air Riders, yeah.
Okay, Kirby Air Riders or Super Mario Sunshine?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay. Kirby Air Riders or Mario Kart? Any of them. Insert the title.
Could I just have bacon instead? I don't care about Mario Kart or Kirby Air Riders. I think I've played enough.
No games, unlimited bacon is what you choose. I agree with the bacon, actually, I think. Oh, man. All right, Kirby Air Riders or Contra?
Contra. Yeah.
Okay.
A good game or Kirby Air Riders? Yeah.
Okay, get out of here with that. Kirby, you stop. Kirby Air Riders or
yeah, who hates? What do you not like Contra?
I'm not saying anyone hates Contra. I'm just saying I'm trying to figure out where this lands. Like, I'm not naming only bad games. I named Super Mario Sunshine, one of the greatest 3D Mario platformers in the entire franchise.
Naming games you thought were bad.
No, Mario Kart's also good. It wasn't. I mean, that's fair. Look,
more bad Mario Karts than good ones. All right, go ahead.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Talk about a mid.
Kirby Air Riders or Diddy Kong Racing?
Jeez. I'd probably go with Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay.
Although I don't really want to play that either. I guess Air Rider.
Jesus. Oh, man. I can't think of any other good examples that would kind of meet in this, that would meet this necessary comparison. But look. Your opinion is yours, and that's totally fine. You can be in sync with Mel, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, and I'm not saying that I'm right. But what I am saying is it doesn't look like trash to me. But one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I think the game's going to be really good, and I'm excited for it.
One man's trash is another man's Mario Kart, I guess. I would.
What is wrong with you?
I would take Kirby Air Riders over that Sonic racing game.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. which that's I don't know, that's a pretty good transition point. I mean, here's what we'll say. There was a lot of details that you can catch on the Sakurai Presents. The big things that you need to know is City Trial is back. There is going to be a machines character meta. I'm excited for it, and maybe Susie will be out there rooting with me. I don't know. We'll pit Susie and Mel against each other. Susie wants this. She said she needs this game to heal her soul. So we're gonna try to hope that it does so.
Just wait for a new backyard baseball. She'll be fine.
Susie is in the game. Mel's got it.
Yeah,
Mel knows.
True. Literally.
I don't know. Like, no. I am excited for this. Am I as excited for this as I was for Donkey Kong Bonanza? No, absolutely not. Am I more excited for this than I was Dragon Drive? Absolutely 100% yes. City Trial is going to hold my heart and my attention for a good little while in November into December. But am I more excited for Metroid Prime 4 than I am Kirby Air Riders? Absolutely, I'm more excited for Metroid Prime 4. But it's just a very different game and a very different experience. So if you want to see all the details, go check out our YouTube video, get live reaction, all 45 minutes of it. There's a pretty good moment where I'm asked twice whether or not my children can have Pop-Tarts by each child. So, go find out. And the answer was, of course, it was breakfast time. Have Pop-Tarts. I don't know why I was being asked. But you mentioned Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and we got quite a few games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch 2 that was announced by Gamescom via Gamescom Opening Night Live. Chris, do you want to tell the people what Gamescom Opening Night Live is? Like, who runs it? Where's it at? What happened at it? Why should we care?
Great. Yeah, sure. It is I think it's just Gamescom. The Gamescom event holds Opening Night Live, and it's just hosted by Jeff Keighley. And basically, Jeff is just out here. Like, they kick off Gamescom with the Opening Night Live, and then it's like, here's, not only do they show some stuff that you're going to see at Gamescom, but then you're also going to see some stuff that, they showed a lot of stuff 2026. So, which I'm sure that, that'll be here before you know it, 2026. Yeah.
4 months away? Not even?
Golly. Yeah, so there's just a lot of game trailers, but a lot of the stuff there was quite a few of the games. I think there was like 12 of the games that were coming out that we already knew about, and usually a lot of people, when they talk about Gamescom and their excitement for Gamescom, they do not, or it's like they're more excited for like things like Tokyo Game Show or Summer Game Fest than they are Gamescom.
Right.
But there's quite a few things here that they had. I think there was probably one game that I thought was really good, but I think it might be announced. Yeah, it was announced for the Switch. It was like during the pre-show. So during the pre-show, they showed a number of games.
Did I not pull everything off of our list? Were there things that were shown during the pre-show that I didn't have added?
I don't know. I had to pull
I've got everything. I could be completely wrong. Either way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All the stuff
11.
from Opening Night Live, but there during the pre-show, they showed there was a game called I was trying to find the name of it and then also how to say it. It is Densha Attack.
Oh, yeah. That one looked really cool. I actually didn't pull up the trailer for that. I probably should.
That was during the pre-show. So I think that's probably why. Because I don't think Nintendo Life only listed the games that were at the show and not at the pre-show. But, yeah, Densha Attack 2026, probably my favorite game of the show. They showed that game during the pre-show, and then nothing else matched it.
Let me pull this up. Hang on. I'm going to pull up the trailer for it because I remember seeing that during the pre-show and then I didn't say anything about it. I didn't add it to our list.
Yeah. Some people
stylistically looked really, really cool. It was like a crazy taxi meets a train, like a subway train is what it felt like at times.
Right. It's almost like Tony Hawk meets Subway Surfer meets, like you said, the Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Yeah.
Yep. This one did have Switch to come into Switch
2026.
2026. Right at the guy that was doing the pre-show talked about it, and it looks interesting. Like, it looks crazy. But it was like at 140 or something like that was when they were showing this. That was right when I got into the show. Look at that Gundam. That super pink pretty girl's Gundam. That's crazy. That is crazy. This game looks nuts though. Densha Attack, spring 2026, coming to Steam and a bunch of other things that you should know about. In the trailer, they don't have that it's coming to Nintendo Switch in the actual trailer, but it is coming. Switch 1. Is that the first thing?
Densha Attack?
Yes.
That was that was just during the pre-show. But yeah, I think it looked really good.
This is what trains do when there's a kid holding them. Yes. They ground the rails. Good luck with getting the kiddo in the tub. Thank you for the lurk. But no, we had a list of about 12 games that were announced during the actual opening night live ceremony hosted by Jeff Keighley. And the first game on that list is a game that I don't know that anyone was like really hoping for or looking forward to, but I don't think anyone's going to be too upset about it. And it's a little ditty known as Bubsy 4D. Chris, can you tell the people about Bubsy 4D? This game looks...
Sure.
It's a
Bubsy,
time.
I mean, Bubsy is certainly, they had like... back in the day, they were like, let's make some cool 3D game. If Mario can do it, it can't be that hard. Let's go ahead and do it. We got this. They got what was the Gex? The Gex
Undercover Gecko.
Yeah, the Undercover Gecko. They got it was just, they were like, let's go ahead, and we also got this character called Bubsy, and they all tried to be like smart Alex.
Yeah, it was very like 1990s Attitude Era kind of
smart Alex
kind of vibes.
Is that thing people still say? And now they got this studio that did the Devil. What did they do? The team that did Bubsy. The Demon Turf. They did Demon Turf. So Demon Turf got an...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's Fabraz or Fabraz. Yeah. But they did Demon's Turf, and this Bubsy 4D, there's no date on it, but... Yeah,
no, they did. They said to be announced. Not even a year. They were like, we don't know. Bubsy's back, baby, and this time it's in 4 dimensions. Which, also, I don't think they understand what 4th dimension is. But maybe he's wall breaking.
Could go through time. Yeah,
he's gonna manipulate time and space. This cat's seen some stuff over the years, dude. That cat looks like he's seen some stuff. But Bubsy is just—it's one of those things where like I've never been like the biggest Bubsy fan. And it's not that I don't think it's good. I'm sure it's fine. Like it's a platformer. I know it would be in my wheelhouse of games that I really love, but who knows?
Would you play Mario 64 before you played Bubsy? I'm just trying to see where your head's at.
I technically have played Mario 64 before I've played Bubsy.
I mean, today, if you were to play one of them.
Probably still play Mario 64 before I play Bubsy. But Bubsy 4D looks cool.
Would you play Bubsy 4D or Mario 64?
I would probably choose Bubsy 4D if I had to pick a game off the list, knowing what I know now about Mario 64 and how its camera controls are. There's still something charming about it, but it's a hard time to play Mario 64 on today's standards.
Speaking of a hard time, did you tell everyone you beat off?
I was trying to take a drink and I could not. I was trying to not spew. Yeah, I did. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit. I did. I beat off.
Okay.
It took me 6.5 hours. We're gonna do a review of Off the game here and like after this very next segment. We also got another game called Outlaws plus a handful of missions remaster. I don't know much about the original release of Outlaws Handful of Missions. I know it's a LucasArts game. I know Night Dive Studios doing the remaster on this. The game looks really, really cool. I like its aesthetic as far as what they presented here in terms of what we're looking at. Sakura in the live chat's telling us it's a Dark Forces engine game. Reminds me of like an FMV kind of style point and click, but I could be completely wrong with that.
Came out in like 1997.
Oh, that was before my time. No, I'm kidding. I was born in 88. I just wasn't playing these games in 1997.
You could still get the game on Steam, and people assumed that they were doing this because yesterday they updated the Steam page to say the 1997 Classic is what they changed the title to. So now this is coming out, and yeah, I mean, it's coming.
Well,
Night
it's like
Dive
Quake.
Studio. Night Dive Studio is just out here doing what they can, doing their best to re-release everything.
Why does this guy have such bad aim? This person playing this cannot shoot a single one of these people. Every shot is pulled to the left.
How long do you think? Before 2030? Do you think they're gonna re-release the Superman on the N64?
No, not in a million years. James Gunn will not allow it. It just will not. It's not gonna happen.
I could see it happening if they just do a Superman collection, and it's like the Game Boy games, the Game Gear, the NES, the terrible NES game. They're all really bad. There's a lot of really bad Superman games, but if they could get all of them and put them together, I could see them.
Look, I know we're completely off the rails right now, but let me dive into this. I had an idea for a Superman game, and the only way that I think you make a Superman game work, and I had this idea like years ago, and here's my idea, Chris. It has to be. Here's what I would like for a Superman game to work. Forget giving me all the power in my hands. Forget allowing me to fly. Forget all of that other jazz. I don't need to be Superman in that same sense. Give me a Telltale Games style game, narrative, choice-driven, character-focused game where you have Superman or Clark Kent having to make choices between balancing his personal life and his decisions or doing things for the greater good, and putting him in between a rock and a hard place on making decisions on who to save, and there being story-based consequences on those actions. That's the only way I think it really works, because otherwise Superman is godlike. There's nothing that's going to stand in his way. You don't actually get every single power at your disposal in the way that it should be presented. That's what I want.
Well, yeah, because they tried to do on Superman Returns on the 360. I don't think it ever came out on PlayStation, right? Like, didn't it get canceled before it came to PlayStation because the other one didn't do very well. But on the 360 version, they like made the city his health bar. Yeah, and so.
That's close. That's close to what we want, but like that's not exactly it either. I don't think that's the right way to go, and I think it does a disservice to Superman as himself. But I think I really do stand by the fact that it has to be choice driven. You have to choose between who you're going to save, and let it be a choose your own adventure, making bad choices, saving the wrong people kind of thing. So,
in high school, I was like writing a story, and I was like. A story I was writing, and I was like, what I wanted to make a movie script where it was called Super Zero, and I was like, you go from a zero to a super zero, and it was going to be Will Ferrell becoming a superhero.
It's like John Hancock, and then like with Will Smith. Oh yeah, man!
But it was going to be Will Ferrell, and this was like around the time, like.
Mystery Men.
Old School came out.
Oh, never mind. Even better.
Yeah. So it was like right around then, and I was like, let me do this. And then I also thought about doing Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest, but it was going to be Mike Myers was going to be
the third brother.
The third brother, and the third guy, and he was just going to act really dumb because he had no friends, and he was going to try to act like those guys to try to fit in so he could have a friend. But he was really the smartest guy in the room.
That's so good. That's actually a great idea. They should have done it. What did they do? They wasted it. Still could be done. They're all still alive.
Yeah. That's like when they had twins and they were working. This was a thing they were working on until the director of Twins passed away, and then they stopped. But you know how they did Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yep, and then the third twin, the triplet.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, wasn't it?
It was going to be Eddie Murphy, yeah. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, man. Yeah. Get ready to saddle up for a ride through the Wild West with Outlaws Handful of Missions Remaster, a faithful modernization of 1997 LucasArts classic Outlaws. So That's a game. I don't know how I feel about it. Probably not going to be for me, just personally, but it looks cool. It looks cool. Check it out. The next game that is on this list, Chris, tell them what it is. This one definitely looks like it was made for you and me. This game looks crazy cool.
Yeah, it was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, coming out eventually on Switch 1.
Yeah. But by the way, we haven't. I don't think we mentioned everywhere that these games are coming out. Bubsy 40, Switch 1 and Switch 2. Outlaws, Handful of Missions, remaster coming to Switch 1. Chris just mentioned He-Man, Switch 1. Right. It said soon though.
Coming soon. Yep, but sometimes you'll see something that says coming soon and they're like soon-ish, I mean, the developers that are working on this game are also working on a game that's coming out in October, so it might be a little while before we get that next game.
This one doesn't surprise me, though, that this one's only coming out for Switch 1, because it is coming from Limited Run Games. They are the forever physical company that wants to try to make physical games, and unfortunately all we've got are game key cards, so for Switch 2. So I would expect, they've developed this. It's coming to all the other platforms and Switch 1 in a sense to be able to just keep it physical. So that way you can continue getting your physical games even if you can't get it as a Switch 2 version. Game looks cool. I mean, I'm totally down for this game. I like the old school retro inspired beat 'em ups that they've been doing, the side scrolly ones. He-Man is a cool property that I don't think has been explored nearly enough in the world of video games. And I'm excited for this one. How are you feeling about He-Man Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction?
I think it looks pretty good, but when it comes to a game like this, I gotta see how it feels to actually play it, because some of the games like the Toxic Avengers and the G.I. Joe game, I thought they looked cool, but then playing them, they just didn't feel right.
Franchise cash grabs.
Feels good, yeah.
I had accidentally mistaken that for .emu because they've done a lot of these like retro style beat 'em ups at the same time. But it wasn't .emu. You said these were the people who are behind Terminator 2D, wasn't it?
Which one? The
He-Man game. Yeah, Terminator 2D. Wasn't it them?
Yeah. No Escape. Yep. Bit Burrow. Yeah, I think that was who it was. And yeah, so I'll play it, but well, I'll keep an eye on it. A lot of times, like with these things, like in order to get the word of mouth out there, they'll put a demo out like in the Steam Next Fest. And they'll put the demo out there and be like, just get the word of mouth out. So if they do that, I will gladly play it just to check it out. But at the same time, He-Man, if I would have been all in no matter how it played if this was Thundercats, but He-Man.
Were you more a Thundercats guy than a He-Man guy?
Oh, 1,000,000%. My brother was in the
See, I liked He-Man. I liked He-Man more than Thundercats. Thundercats was cool, but like I just
I like that
by the power of Grayskull.
That little freaky cat guy.
Dude.
I forget his name, but
Battle Cat though.
And the
man.
cat woman.
Battle Cat.
Yeah.
What was her name? Chitara or something
and
like
the guy
that.
with the big, like the big, the big guy.
The guy with the big,
with the claws.
It takes him 6.5 hours to beat off to. Absalom. This was the other game that came out. I need to move on. This was the game that came out. This is from .emu. Another beat 'em up game. Again, .emu. This is kind of like their main thing. But this game looks cool, and this game's been announced prior. They were showing off the fourth character getting added to this. It did get a release date. Actually is out pretty soon, October 9th, coming to Switch 1. It's like a magic-based Beat 'em up, like think of Streets of Rage, but with magicians. In terms of what you're working with here, I like its art style. Stylistically looks super cool. You got this frog mage that's rolling up in here. I like that other character with the grappling whip that they were using. I thought that looked super cool, but artistically very into this. I don't know what it, well, I do know what it is. It's the fact that they've added a frog to this, but it's giving me Battletoads vibes. I don't think it's going to be near that level of difficult, but still super cool looking. Look at that Doctor Strange move. But Absolem out October 9th. Nintendo Switch 1, PS5, PS4, and Steam. Notice that Xbox is conspicuously missing there. I'm excited for Absolem. I think Absolem's going to be cool.
Yeah, I do believe they said they're looking into an Xbox version, but yeah.
I don't know why Xbox isn't getting any games made for it, other than the fact that their like infrastructure is kind of difficult. I guess I've heard like Street Fighter had a difficulty getting onto there, and Capcom versus Marvel is not.
Now they're getting on there, like because there was an issue with the engine that they used, and Microsoft worked with them to get it sorted out, I guess, because now those games are coming out. But yeah, I mean, I really like the animation in that game. Definitely looking forward to it.
Nettis is here. He must have heard me talking about how many hours it took me to beat off. Have we already talked about how that Gamescom opening was one of the worst things I've had the displeasure of watching? Nettis in the live chat. Oh man! Speaking of displeasure of watching, you want to introduce the next game that's coming to Nintendo?
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, crossing over with Pac-Man World 2 Repacked. They're both getting DLC in each other. Here's the thing: it's like Cross Worlds isn't even out yet, and they're already announcing like season passes for the game.
That's what they do. That's what they do at this point.
Yeah, but they've been announcing it for like 6 months. It's like
SpongeBob, Minecraft, Sonic, Pac-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, what else is going to get added to this? There's still going to be Sonic DLC. They're going to figure out a way to make you pay more for more Sonic.
Yeah. Fairly Odd Parents. Is that Nickelodeon or is that Disney?
And that's Nickelodeon. That's okay. Nickelodeon. You were on the right path. We're gonna see a cat dog in here eventually. Count me in. I don't know. Like it's. I have feelings about this game. Like I've never understood Sonic Racing, mainly from a perspective of that man runs faster than a car. And I know, look, at the end of the day, there was an interview with some of the people over at Sega, and they were like, he just likes to race. He just likes to race in a car. And it's like, okay, well, and I've heard Sonic Racing Transformed was really good. I never played it. And I will probably not play this either. And just not from the cash grabby perspective of it. It's just I have Kirby Air Riders on the horizon to look forward to. Why would I play Sonic Racing? Well, so, let me ask you, Sonic Racing or Kirby Air Riders?
Yeah, Kirby Air Riders. Obviously, Sonic. I mean, they don't even have Wreck-It Ralph in there.
That's Disney
anymore. Disney. He was in one of was it the first Sonic Racing game or second Sonic?
What? Wreck-It Ralph was in the Sonic Racing? That's Disney.
Yeah, he was DLC.
Blow my mind.
He's either DLC or secret character.
Are you sure that wasn't Disney Speedstorm?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh man. This game looks like a game that would just be stuck in a Dead Malls arcade. Yes, it really does. Kind of silly why Sonic Drives is like the Flash having a van. Yeah, I mean, look, that is probably a better thing to say is like Flash doesn't have a Flash mobile. If he needs to get in a vehicle, he's riding in the the Batwing or jumping into Wonder Woman's invisible jet. He's not gonna have his own car, but just maybe his legs get tired. Nettis says, I don't know. I'm kind of
bring the Flintstones to this. I'll consider it.
Yeah, they never do. Oh man, the next game on this list. Man, we timed this out pretty well. I get to talk about this one. This is the one. This is the game. Everybody.
This is the what?
This is the game, the next game we're talking about. It is none other than, go ahead, take off that clown makeup right now. It's none other than Hollow Knight Silksong. All that Jeff Keighley really did was he showed off 30 seconds of new gameplay that hasn't been seen and said it's definitely coming in 2025 still. So
right, and the new gameplay is probably just from the demo that people are playing at Gamescom.
Yep. I'm excited for this. Why is it so zoomed in? What is going on this gameplay footage that they showed? It's so cropped in. I don't know why they cropped this in so tightly. I'm still very excited for this. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like we have had nothing but string along of it's coming for the last, 3-4 years now. And it's like, come on now. We do have something to look forward to on Thursday. I'll just pull it straight out of the extra news right now. Team Cherry's hosting a special announcement stream coming Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So we got that to look forward to. And my fingers are crossed that, we get a date. Ultimately, that's all I really want now. I'm already excited for the game. I don't need to see any more of it. I know what I'm getting out of it. I know that I'm excited for it. Just give me a ding-dang date.
Yeah, and then also Jason Schreier from what's it called? There's this Jason Schreier from Bloomberg. He said that along with
Forbes.
Forbes. Oh yeah, he was on Bloomberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he
was
said
on Kotaku.
Well, yeah, but
I think it was HuffPost, not Bloomberg. I think it was HuffPost.
The what?
And then moved to Forbes. Jason Schreier. There's details that don't matter anymore. He's with Forbes.
Right. Yeah, he is he's a reporter at Bloomberg, according to his profile. So
it's Forbin time. Thank you, Mnemonic Man.
That's awesome. But he said he's going to have an interview with them to talk about why it took 7 years to make.
Oh man.
Oh no, so he got on a call, talked to I think the CEO or the two owners of the company, mm-hmm. Team Cherry, and he said he got to talk to him, and so he's writing up a story behind why Silksong took 7 years to make.
I just imagine him being like, okay, guys, can you please explain why it took you 7 years to make this ding-dang game? What's wrong with you? Are your fingers broken? Here's the thing. The games have development cycles. I understand. I am totally on that. A delayed game can eventually be a great game. But a rushed game will always be a bad game. I'm still in that mindset, but at the same time, it's like, guys, I know you have unforeseen circumstances that you can't account for, but just stop announcing stuff until you're I'm at the point where Nintendo can just say Kirby Air Rider's coming, and then it's okay, next month. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. You don't need this big marketing buildup for Hollow Knight Silksong. Instead, you just created a meme that people kind of got tired of after a while, Stop announcing stuff too early.
Yeah, stop it,
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you end up with stuff like Perfect Dark being announced 6 years ago and then getting canceled at the where you
where's that Parasite Eve sequel or whatever it is?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 9. I guess Final Fantasy 9 remake is one of the last things from
it is Bloomberg
NVIDIA leak.
It was HuffPost and then Bloomberg though. It was Jason Schreier went to Bloomberg. Silksong is a special case because it was originally DLC as part of the Kickstarter. That's also true. That is also true. But put it then do it as DLC. Stop. Just to put it out.
Well, they started it as DLC and then it but like got bigger and bigger, and then they were like, oh, it's going to be its own thing.
I think people would have been more happy if they'd done like a chapter situation at that point, like Deltarune has done. Just give me sections of it then over drip feed over time instead of making me wait 7+ years for it. Absolutely not, says Nettis. I hate chapters. Dang. Well, there we go. There you have it. Next game on the list, Christopher. What do we got?
You know what? I'm glad you asked. We got Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight coming in 2026. This is Lego Batman telling Batman's story, kind of sort of pulling from all sorts of different things, like the different movies plus maybe Arkham games plus the Dark Knight movies and then the Batman movie, and with some of the character designs, like the Penguin looks right out of the Batman. Joker looks like he's right out of the Dark Knight. Who knows if it's like just like different eras of Batman's career, and that's what they're gonna go with, or what they're gonna do. But yeah, the combat, it's I believe a story came out about the combat and how it is just like Arkham, where you got the combo or the counter button, and it plays like Batman Arkham games, and it's coming to the Switch 2 only, not coming to the Switch 1.
No, this is like if the Skywalker Saga got if the Batman got the Skywalker Saga treatment. Essentially, it's like a collection of games that have never existed, though. That's the biggest difference. So, I mean, it looks really cool, and I'm with chat here. Like, Lego Batman is best Batman, although this is definitely a more comedic but traditional take on the Batman we've come to know over the years. I think it's gonna be cool. Like, I'm not a big. Are you a big Lego games aficionado? Because I'm not. That's not necessarily the genre of game that I'm really looking for most of the time.
I like the Lego games, but I thought someone was at the door. I like that the
At 11 o'clock at night.
Well, that's why I was concerned. But the Lego. I think because my boys liked playing the Lego games growing up, that's why I ended up playing them, and I liked them because I was playing them with my kids. But yeah, they all kind of felt the same, and they were just like being changed with the different skins, basically. Yeah. But I like that this one looks different.
They got difficulty modes. They're adding that. That was confirmed by the developer on stage. I think that's cool. That's something that I think would interest me a little bit more, is because they're easy, just demolition fists. It's basically Hulk Ultimate Destruction jammed into Lego form in most every Lego game. But this one seems different. The combat is cool. I liked what they did with the Skywalker Saga. I thought that was awesome. They did a really good job with that one. And that may be like the first Lego game that I really, truly loved. But this one, I love Lego Batman. I love Batman in general. I'm going to keep an open mind to it as long as the combat is there. You can count me in. Like, I think I'll be down for it. But until I see a little bit more from it, like actual gameplay experience, because they showed some in that trailer, but for the most part, it was a lot of the comedic moments. Jury's still out for me because it's a Lego game. That's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah. But you also like Batman.
I do. I really like Batman, and I think it'll be good. I think the story will be good. What's your number one Batman movie?
Number one, The Dark Knight.
Okay, so I would have answered that same answer probably the last decade would have said that same answer up until the Batman came out, and I really liked the Batman, but I also love the Riddler. Riddler is my favorite villain. You know, while that's not a traditional use of the Riddler, he pretty much was just like a fascist incel that needed to be taken down on the internet. I still really liked that. That Riddler. I thought it was cool. We then got a look at the Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion demo that is going to be coming out. They are going to be doing the full game release on September 5th, coming to Switch 2 only. But Daemon X Machina, it was a game that kind of launched to fair to middling reviews back on the Nintendo Switch 1. This is a sequel. I'm excited for it, but not like over the moon about it. It's a mech fighter. Like, I kind of wanted to call it a non-rail shooter, but it's not exactly that either. Like, it's its own thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's kind of its own thing.
It's like, Armored Core kind of.
Yeah, this is the closest thing to Armored Core you're going to get on the Nintendo Switch for now. So.
Right. Well, and it was published by Nintendo, the first one. This one is not, but yeah.
Right. This one is not exclusive to Nintendo like the first one was. As you can see, it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, all the other platforms, everything. There's a lot of cool bonus features and extra content that you can get. And extra actual items if you get the collector's editions. The demo that is coming out, it lets you experience the first 9 chapters of the story and explore the open world, and all the save data is going to carry over to the full release. So if you want to check that out, you can. When is that demo available, Chris? I think I might have missed that. I think the demo's out now, isn't it? Yeah.
It's out now. You can get it. You can play it, and yeah. I mean, I love a good demo where the save carries over to the full game. Love it.
We were asked back on the Batman thing. No Jim Carrey love, no George Clooney love, or OG Michael Keaton love. No Jim Carrey love. I love Jim Carrey. I hate that take of the Riddler. It is awful, and it cartoonified the Riddler way too much. Out of that series, out of the George Clooney villains, I would say Mr. Freeze probably is the best. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze is probably the best villain for him. So, which is bad. That's awful.
Wait, you're saying out of what? Those
Batman
original
Forever
movies?
Batman Forever.
Oh, Forever. Okay.
Yeah. He's the only redeeming villain that they showed. Didn't care
our
for
only live action
Two-Face.
Joker. I mean, our only live action.
What?
Robin, I mean.
Yeah, let's not talk about him either. No. Our only live action bat nipples. What's the next game on our list, Chris?
Yeah, please, let's move on. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's a game that I've been, if you say it's going to happen, eventually you're right. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026.
This was the only game I messaged you about during the Gamescom thing.
Yeah. The second it got announced.
Yep, instantly. Chris! The Great Circle?
Man. Didn't I put it on the bingo card?
You did, and we were wrong. We were wrong because it wasn't even that kind of.
I was a little behind, but yeah.
You were a little ahead. You mean you were well ahead of the curve.
I was ahead of the game. Yeah.
Game's really good. I've seen so much gameplay from it. It looks super cool. There's DLC that's going to be coming for it. It was featured in over 50 Best of and Game of the Year lists in 2024 when it originally launched. Awarded DICE Adventure Game of the Year. Like. It is a true sequel to the movies in every way, and it looks super good. Super good. I'm excited to see it come to Switch.
I mean, the fact that it's already got a store page is wild. I'm curious to see what the file size is going to be of that bad boy.
Do they have it on the store page, or no? They don't have any details.
No, you can't pre-order it yet. So once you can pre-order it, that's when they usually put the file size. But
is it coming on a game key card, or is it going to come on an actual cartridge?
It's
Bethesda.
I don't even think it says it's coming physically. It just said coming in 2026. They haven't given any details.
I would almost bet that they figure out a way to put it on an actual cartridge. It's Bethesda. They did it with Doom on Switch 1. They did it with Skyrim. I think they could do it. I think they could do it. Next game on our list, we've only got like a couple more still left. And that is a little title known as Chronos the New Dawn, coming out on September 5th to Nintendo Switch 2 and a bunch of other platforms as well. But this game looks awesome. But I will be way too scared to play it. Because it is a horror game in and of itself. Look at that cute cat. It's about to die. I want to really like this game, and I know I will from a distance, because I can't do these scary games. I'm gonna have Chris play it for me. Chris, will you play this for me and let me watch?
It looks way more like in the trailer at Gamescom. Looked like there was a lot more like action.
Yeah.
Than I thought there was going to be. I thought it was going to be more slow-paced horror, but
yeah, I felt Dead Space vibes as well, Nettist, when they originally showed it off, and I still feel a lot of those vibes. But Chris, you're kind of right. It's kind of like Dead Space meets Doom, maybe closer to Dead Space just in general. I mean, I've watched a lot of Dead Space playthroughs too. Again, watched Dead Space playthroughs because I'm too big a chicken. But I don't know. Like, it looks that gravity mechanic right there, straight out of Dead Space. It is.
Right, yeah. But yeah. I've never been able to take them seriously with the name Bloober Team.
Bloober Team. It's a good old Bloober Team. They've done some good games.
They also did Blair Witch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I said they've done some good games, and then you named Blair Witch. Why would you do that? That game is not good.
They also did Silent Hill 2 remake, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited for this game. Game looks really cool. I'm wondering what system this game plays from. It doesn't look like it's running on like current gen hardware like PlayStation 5 or their PC version. It looked like Switch gameplay from the graphical fidelity of it, which gets me way more excited. But because if it looks that good on Switch, it's going to look amazing on every other platform it launches on.
Yeah, well, I would not think that was a Switch.
You wouldn't think that was Switch 2 gameplay?
Only just because they probably got the dev kits later than like the other games have probably been in development a lot longer compared to the Switch 2 port.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine that one. I mean, because isn't it even coming out later on the Switch 2?
No, it's coming out on the 5th. It arrives same day. PC, PlayStation 5, Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch 2, all on September 5th.
Okay, well then I take it back.
Thank
what's
you.
the name of that game?
Chronos, New Dawn.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you better watch your mouth. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
I gotta go.
No, hold on. All right, and then final game, Chris. This one's a good one for you to get to talk about. I like this game a lot.
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb, Woolhaven expansion. You know, for the Switch 1, they haven't announced the Switch 2 edition yet. 2026. Hopefully, we get it by then. I will say this. When they first started showing like some of the stuff, I thought it was going to be Cult of the Lamb crossed over with what's the game that Courtney loves?
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a crossover with the Binding of Isaac because it just kind of looked like
it. Does give a lot of Binding of Isaac-y vibes, especially with the tears running out of the like little bobblehead dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I love Cult of the Lamb. I played through it a lot, and actually just seeing this here made me like, you know what? I kind of want to go back and play some more on the Steam version and see how that is, and then get ready for this. But also kind of don't want to play this, like hoping that we get a Switch 2 version because I would love.
I have it on Switch 1.
Well
it played
enough on Switch.
Yeah, there were frame issues that really was, but it didn't detract from it enough. Game looks good. DLC looks amazing.
Made it to the credits, on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So, it played well enough.
So
I enjoyed it. But
what they have here on details were explore the mountain with 2 new dungeons. So if you played the base game, you have 4 dungeons to explore with the 4 gods of whatever, blah blah blah, of that forest it was. Discover Woolhaven, once the home of the lambs, now an echo from the past. I feel like this is going to be a new home base that you can have. Protect your cult from the winter, ranching and rare beasts. So you're going to have some farming to do. And more, because they haven't revealed everything just yet. Coming early 2026 to all of those consoles, except for Switch 2. Switch 1 only. You're right. Switch 1 only. So, game looks good. I'm excited for it. If you play it on Steam, Chris, you should stream it and do the integration where everybody can get in on
name your own thing.
Yeah, I think you should do that. I would be way more checked in for that. So
okay, I'll do that.
But that is all the games that got announced for Gamescom.
Open
yes.
Night Live. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was really cool. Thought it looked awesome as far as that goes, and heavily recommend a lot of the stuff that you can go and check out as well. We're going to dive into the last topic for tonight, and that is our review of Off, the video game. Off the video game, this came out last week on Thursday, and I had a code for this early. I ended up missing being able to complete it by the release date. But hey, it is what it is. But I did want to do a quick review because I did spend some time with it and did everything that I could possibly do in that game. And spoiler alert, before I get to the end of the review, I rather liked it. I thought it was pretty dang good. But Off is absolutely part of the quirky turn-based RPG lineage we know from games like Undertale and Omori, and that's no coincidence because both of those creators have openly credited Off as inspiration for their game. It was originally a freeware project. It's still free, by the way, so you should go and play it. But the game exploded on Tumblr and built a cult following. Fast forward nearly 20 years, and we now have a polished console release from Fangamer and its creator, Mortis Ghost. And despite its age, Off still has more than enough tricks up its sleeve to keep you on edge. This new release isn't just a straight port. We're talking resolution and asset upgrades, 6 new optional bosses, an entirely new zone, rebalanced combat, and even a brand new soundtrack featuring contributions from Undertale's Toby Fox, along with other composers. And every addition feels purposeful and more than justifies the $14.99 price tag that they have with this. You play as the Batter, which is the little dude down there at the very bottom of the screen. He's a stoic baseball player tasked with purifying spirits and cleansing a corrupted world, and he is a literal batter, complete with uniform and attacks called competencies themed around various baseball actions. But I wouldn't expect a lighthearted romp because much of the game unfolds in a bleak, unsettling afterlife. There is some humor, obviously. Swinging at demon-possessed office drones with a Babe Ruth vibe is darkly hilarious, but beneath the satire lies a story that can leave you hollow-stomached and uneasy. You guide the Batter and his spectral allies, Alpha, Omega, and Epsilon, and you'll explore labyrinthian zones, solve puzzles, and manage frenetic ATB-driven combat. At around 6.5 hours, the game moves at a relentless pace, and if I had to compare it, I would imagine Persona colliding with the classic Final Fantasy games, but distilled into something sharper and much stranger. If I want to talk about the puzzles of the game, they honestly go harder than most RPGs dare. These are myth-like riddles where taking screenshots and scribbling notes and paying obsessive attention to detail is really going to be essential. At times, the logic slips into obscurity. I'm looking at you, Switch puzzle from Zone 3. But when they land, they honestly make you feel like a genius. Visually, Off thrives on contrast. The overworld is stark and minimalistic, but in battle, my apologies. I've lost my place on my script there, what I wrote. But in battle, enemies twist into grotesque Lovecraftian forms that really drive home the horror. Layered in are eerie photorealistic images, old documents, books, and relics that hammer home the game's surreal, disorienting atmosphere. And it doesn't just look unsettling, it feels unsettling. The soundtrack, unconventional, jarring, and unforgettable with so many contributors, it almost feels like a ransom note of styles, but that chaotic patchwork energy fits the game perfectly. It unsettles, unnerves, and refuses to let you get comfortable, and I loved every second of it. In the end, Off isn't just a game, it's an experience. It's weird, it's bleak, it's occasionally hilarious, and it left me feeling things modern games rarely do. The sharp storytelling, frenetic combat, brain-twisting puzzles, they all meld into something uniquely unforgettable. With that being said, the score that I would give this, after my time with it, would be a 78 out of 100. Uncomfortable, brilliant, and absolutely worth your time. That's my opinion on Off the Game. That's where I landed on it. Do I think it's worth your time? Absolutely. The game was awesome. Like, I had a really good time with it. But I did want to open the floor to any kind of questions about it. If anyone in chat has questions, or really, Chris, if you have any questions regarding Off the Game, and it took me 6.5 hours to beat Off.
Oh, I heard about that. You told me halfway through. In terms of questions that I have, based on what you played, does it feel like an old game, or does it feel like you could see it being a game that came out recently, or does it show its age?
I would say ultimately it feels like an indie game more than anything. Like, this feels like a game that was created to honor that pastime of older RPGs, but the mechanics in it are good enough that, like, it didn't feel like an old game. Like, it didn't feel like its age.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And then did you, when you ended up after you like beat the game, do you think there are like I know with like Undertale, right? You can play through it multiple times to like get different endings and stuff. Is there that in this game, or is it just kind of once you beat it you kind of you've seen almost everything?
So I ended up getting both endings in the game. There are two of them that you can get. And obviously I'm not going to spoil any of that for anybody. You guys should experience that yourselves still yet. But what I will say is the differences in story aren't significant enough that once you've experienced one ending, you need to go through and experience the second one in that same way. Yeah, you can like backload a save if you want to. That's right before the end, and do the final conflict that is in there to see both endings, which isn't that's not difficult to do. You can do that. But the endings definitely leave a huge impact on your own perspective of the game overall. And I would say that it is worth experiencing both endings, even if that is, I finished the game, I got the ending I wanted, I'm going to go on YouTube and see the other ending.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I kind of like how it looks, but also I don't know. It's kind of like almost it's not Off's fault. It's not you, it's me, okay? It's kind of like when Stardew Valley came out and was like blew up, and then like and now like there's like so many games that like kind of look very similar to it, and it's just,
this does have a pretty unique art style. Just in that sense. I can't really compare it to anything else. It just feels like an indie game. And it definitely feels like something that was made in RPG Game Maker, you know, in its time, which is what it was. It was an RPG Game Maker game. But it is one of those things where There's not a whole lot of graphical fidelity really pumped into that game, except for in the battle sequences. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but then also, it's not like it's $30.
No.
It's $14.99
Mhm.
on sale now.
And I think as far as that goes, I mean, it is only available on Switch 1, but I played it on Switch 2. Performance was more than acceptable on my Switch 2. Honestly, it's not something that's going to push your machine to the limits, like if you saw the visual fidelity. Storyline is, like I said in the review, it is dark and it is bleak, and at times it is a difficult pill to swallow at certain portions of the story. But it is something that I think is still worth experiencing, even if you just go check out the freeware version of it, which is still available today. Like I said, you can go play the free version of it. You're just going to miss a couple of those extra things that they added, those extra bits and bobs for $14.99.
Yeah. So it's definitely a game I'll keep an eye on, but I don't know when I would actually find myself playing it. But I'm glad you really enjoyed it.
Yep. Short run through time. So like I said, it's not going to eat up a whole lot of your gaming time, but I totally understand, because this game is not going to be for everybody. Like it's just not. Storyline and the way it's written, it kind of gave me like Salad Fingers, Newgrounds, early 2000s vibes with some of the darkness that was thrown in there. But I still had a really good time with it. Would recommend it. If you have an extra $14.99 burning a hole in your pocket, definitely throw it that developer's way. It was definitely the better choice between Dragon Drive, if I were to say it, but I mean, that's a low bar. No offense, Nintendo, don't come at me. But we are going to go to a quick ad break. And then we've got a couple more segments left in the show, so nobody go anywhere. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Back to the show. We're going to be diving into the fast forward segment of the show. That is everything that is coming out this week that you should care about, as hosted by Chris Becker. Chris, we're going to dive right into it. Take it away.
You know what? Let's dive right into it, because each week we got new games coming out, and this not every week is built the same, but this week we've got a couple of things, starting with Disc County. Disc County comes out Wednesday, August 20th for $19.99. Of course, it's on sale right now for $15.99. But here we are. This is the life we're living. I believe is it your aunt or your grandmother invites you to come to town and run her discount shop for her, and then while you're running it, you start like getting into the gossip of the town, and there's stuff going on. Is there nefarious stuff going on? Is there not? Who knows? You got to find out in Disc County. Yeah. This is one of those games where I kind of like the look of it. Plus, I just like it. I like having a rundown shop when you start and then building it up. I just like it. Yes, it is the ant. Thank you. Sakura. There you go. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. I played the demo as well. Let me see. The next one is Herdling. Herdling comes out Thursday, August 21st for $24.99, on sale for $19.99, for crying out loud. And now, Herdling, let me tell you about it, okay? Because this is by OK Motive. They did the Far games, Far Changing Tides, I believe. But yeah, you're herding these different creatures across the land. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I got it on I got a code for this, played it on PC, and I've been playing it some and enjoying it so far. And this is only on Switch 1, not on Switch 2. I thought for sure, you know what, maybe this would benefit from a Switch 2 version. Turns out they thought otherwise, because it's only on Switch 1. Well, yeah, so that's August 21st, $24.99, on sale for $19.99. Next up, for the Switch 1 releases, by golly, we got Road Warden, which is coming out August 25th for $10.99. It's on sale for $8.79 right now. This is like a text adventure. Came out on Steam. It was like one of those like solo dev games, I believe, and then now it's getting ported over to the Switch. The developer of the game actually tweeted it out and like thanked Assemble Entertainment for porting it over for them to the Switch. This is like, a text adventure. I really like the way it looks. It is it, you know, what is it? Text-based RPG is what the isometric pixel art, and it you know it's it's a game, a good game that I enjoy when I don't really like reading a lot, but in my games at least. And I say I don't like reading a lot, mainly in my games because I do text a lot. So I'm reading those. But I don't like um reading text in my games, but I liked this, and that my least favorite thing about the game was none other than the fact that it doesn't have Steam achievements. Um, I know, say it with me, devastating.
Devastating. I wasn't sure what we were saying. I was trying to catch up.
you got there eventually. All right, so Arcade Archives is just randomly releasing games. It seems like they're releasing a new game every month, and it just whatever it is, it's out. That's it. And Arcade Archives 2, Aqua Jet is the name of it.
So only Switch 2 game, by the way, on this list that's like exclusively a Switch 2 game now.
Right, yeah. And yeah, Aqua Jet, I guess. This might have been one of those like arcade games that you sat on the jet ski, because it's like a jet ski racer.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been one of those like, the racing games where you sit on a jet ski and just kind of move back and forth. But yeah, it's $16.99, and it like I said, it was one of those games that like just randomly launched. So I think it came out, was it last week?
Yeah, it was on the 14th.
14th, yeah. And yeah, when it came out, it was out. But yeah, that's exciting. And then, of course, I can't not say Chibi Robo. So it comes out August 21st, and it is a part of the paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. So if you're a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscriber, you can play Chibi Robo.
Yep, on your GameCube Classics collection of video games, which has all of 4 games right now.
Switch 2. Yeah.
This is the 5th game getting added to the list. We've had Soul Calibur, we've had Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, we've had what was the other one? Super Mario Strikers got added at a later date, and then there was a 3rd game that was on that list that suddenly slipped my mind on that. F-Zero. Thank you, Mel. F-Zero, all released on that console so far, and Chibi Robo will be your 5th one. So I'm excited for this one because I've never actually played this one. This is one that I've seen played. I know you're a big fan of Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo.
Excited to give this one a shot. I'm excited to give this one a shot.
Fan, big Skip fan.
Big Skip
Shout
fan.
out to Skip.
Who's Skip? Who is Skip?
What do you mean? The developer that did Chibi Robo.
Oh, okay. I understand now. I apologize. I didn't realize that. Didn't own this, so glad to have a version. Right? Exactly. Didn't own this one. Glad to have a version of it. We're going to dive into the fake Nintendo fan. Hold on now. Don't call me a thing. Or are you calling yourself a thing? We're both a thing if that's what we are. Fake Nintendo fans. We're going to dive into the game show.
For not knowing Skip.
Okay. Eating my butt.
Don't offer it if you're not going to give it.
It's 2025. We're going to dive into the game show section of the show. This is Pixmin, or Pixel Minute for long, where Chris has exactly 1 minute to guess the name of a video game that launched within this week in Nintendo history, but not necessarily this week. It could be any time between 1904 all the way to now. It's not 1904, just a real quick hint. They didn't have video games then. But he has to guess the exact title of the game. If he doesn't do it within that 60 seconds, he gets no points. The faster he guesses it, the more points he gets based on seconds that are left on the clock. Chris, I am going to be showing you my screen now so you know what's coming. And I'm going to let you tell me if it's ready. Can you see me? Are you ready?
I don't know that I see you. Actually, I do see you, actually.
Okay, very good. All right. We're going to get it going in 3, 2, A 1. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. It's a lot of gray. What is this? It's a first-person game? Yeah, maybe. I have no clue what you have me watching right now. Is it GoldenEye 007?
You got it, my dude, with 37 points on the board. This is GoldenEye 007. It is a 1997 first-person shooter game developed by Rare and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64. It is based on the 1995 James Bond film GoldenEye, with the player controlling the secret agent James Bond to prevent a criminal syndicate from using a satellite weapon. They navigate a series of levels to complete objectives such as recovering or destroying objects while shooting enemies. In a multiplayer mode, up to 4 players compete in several deathmatch scenarios via split screen, releasing in Japan the 23rd of August 1997, in North America the 25th of August 1997, and later in the UK, November. But yeah, you got it. It is GoldenEye 007. That being said, I really didn't have a whole lot of experience with GoldenEye growing up. It wasn't my jam. I understand why it was some people's jams. After having experience with it after it first came to Nintendo Switch Online. But how did you feel about GoldenEye back in the day? Were you a GoldenEye fiend?
GoldenEye and GoldenEye. I played a lot of GoldenEye. I'm still traumatized about GoldenEye. It came out like the same. It was like within a week of Final Fantasy VII, and while I was at school, my brother sold our PlayStation and all of our games to go get GoldenEye and 4 controllers, and I was livid.
I don't blame you. Final Fantasy VII is definitely way better than GoldenEye. No offense, GoldenEye. God, that's a choice.
But I'll tell you what, we played so much GoldenEye with the kids in the neighborhood. We would play down in the downstairs, like the basement, which is like right next to the window to the front of my house. So once we got older and I was a real introvert, and my buddy Evan, he was like a year older than me. He would go out at night, go out to parties and stuff, and he would end his night by just coming over and quietly knocking on the window, because he knew what was up there. He knew there was N64 being played down in that basement, and he was right. He would come in. Shout out to Evan. He would come in, and we would play GoldenEye. We played WCW NWO Revenge. We played WWF No Mercy. Those were the 3 games we basically played nonstop, all the time. We played a lot of GoldenEye until wrestling came out, and then we played that, and then once wrestling came out, I'll tell you what, you would just be staring at the person's hands. We were basically the refs. I don't know how my parents slept, because it was me, my brother, and then there would be 3 other people down there. And every once in a while, my mom would come down at 2:00 in the morning and be like, "Listen, I love that you're having fun. It's great that you're having a good time, but we have to be up in the morning." This would be in the summer. "We have to be up in the morning for work, so I'm going to need you guys to quiet it down."
That's so good. That's so good.
And so, but with WCW NWO Revenge, when you were getting pinned in WCW NWO Revenge, if you hit the analog stick, just tap it, you automatically kick out. It was a thing they left in from testing, I guess.
My God.
And so you just tap the analog stick, automatically kick out. If you hold the analog stick, you didn't get up. You wouldn't get up from a pin. So if somebody got caught hitting the analog stick on purpose, but trying to act like they weren't, if enough people in the room said that's what they were doing, you got to get a free pin them, and they had to hold the analog stick down and then lose. And so that's what we would do. this is GoldenEye, but we played a lot of wrestling. Yeah. So that
Listen,
N64 worked out in the end.
to bring it back to GoldenEye, I will give you the full 60 points if you can tell me the exact Metacritic score that this game is sitting at.
What, right now?
Mm-hmm.
82. I don't know.
Nope.
What is it?
It is a 96 out of 100. The
96?
GoldenEye, 96 out of 100 on Metacritic. That is insane to me.
I remember the bar was really low for first-person shooters on the consoles when that first came out.
That is crazy to me. 96 out of 100. User score, though, is an 88. Or an 8.8, rather. But, you know, that's how they rate it. That being said, let's go to the extra Nintendo news segment of the show. All the last little details of things that you guys need to know about. In terms of my Nintendo news, there's a Drag and Drive wallpaper available for 50 platinum points featuring the key art for Drag X Drive. NSO icons, wave 2 of the new Drag X Drive icons are available right now. They'll rotate on Wednesdays until the 27th. The final wave of Mario Party Jamboree icons are available until Wednesday, August 20th, so go ahead and get your icons now. The play and redeem icons for the month are Wario Land 3 and 4. A Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership is required to claim them, available until September 1st. In terms of Nintendo music, we got a special presentation, an early listen to some of the music in the game for Kirby Air Riders, featuring 7 tracks from the upcoming game with both an English and a Japanese version of the Starlit Journey main theme song. Sales and deals. Monster Hunter is having a sale right now that ends tomorrow. Snag Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2, as well as their subsequent DLCs, Monster Hunter Rise and its DLC, and arguably the best in the series on a Nintendo system, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, up to 75% off. In terms of demos, we talked about it in the show, but Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion demo is available now. The save carries over. You can play the first 9 chapters of the game. Events, there's just the continued Pokemon Terra Raid series to catch a newly released shiny Ting-Lu until August 31st. Must be defeated 1,000,000 times, and then you get a mystery gift code to be able to be given the shiny Ting-Lu. And then news highlights. Drag X Drive released with little to no pomp and stance from critics. It is currently sitting at a 60 on Metacritic, and I actually skipped picking this one up. After trying the Global Jam, my experience kind of lines up with that score, but even Kind of Funny Games gave it a 1. Just brutal. That's so mean. Yeah. Borderlands 4 has stated it will not support split-screen couch co-op for its Switch 2 release. It is still supported on all the other consoles. That is a devastating blow for that franchise, in my opinion. It's crazy to me that they're not doing couch co-op on that game on one singular version. Cut content, right? Pokemon Legends. What? Sorry.
Yeah, because it even has it on the Series S.
Mm-hmm. Garbage. Pokemon Legends Z to A had a playable demo this past week at the 2025 Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim. A behind-the-scenes demo that Nintendo Life attended stated that they were able to get 20 minutes of hands-on gameplay broken up into 2 sections. The first section was a back alley battle zone, and a second section was a chase of Zygarde in dog form. Battle against trainers maintains full control of your trainer during battle with sprinting and dodging, as well as move callouts with cooldown meters, and the Zygarde chase ended in a battle with a tutorial on Mega Evolutions. Mattel is adding a special edition of Pauline to its Mario Kart Hot Wheels lineup. Pokemon is at it again with their creepy teases for Pokemon Legends. They did this last time with Arceus, and it amounted to nothing. I expect this to also amount to nothing. Their post mentioned a YouTube premiere at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Stay tuned for more info. Nintendo's PAX West booth will feature a playable demo for Kirby Air Riders. And then finally, Team Cherry, again, just as a reminder, is hosting a special announcement stream, also coming on Thursday, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's happening, guys. Get that clown makeup off. Chris, where can they find you, my good sir?
I got a link tree. Go ahead, look for that, and then you can find me on the internet places.
Yep. Go find them on the internet.
Outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that? You can catch me over at nerdwireplays.com, and links to all of my stuff is over there. And then also, finally, if you want to catch our show live every week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays, you can watch us live, YouTube or Twitch. All of our previous videos are available in video form over on youtube.com/@the Nintendo Rewind. And if you'd like to support the show through your memberships and maybe get access to that all-new show, you can do so. NintendoRewind.com. Sign up to become a producer. Remember, we thank you guys so freaking much for coming here and hanging out with us every week. We hope today's episode was informational and that you guys got a lot out of it. Remember, please be kind and rewind. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See you when we see you. Peace.
Toodaloo.